Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I'm sharing with you my top 5 best Assetto Corsa track and car combinations for the final quarter, I guess, of 2021, since I'm doing these like quarterly, I guess, like for a year, you know, like business quarters. I hope that makes sense to some of you. Today we have 5 super fun track combinations. We have a couple road cars on this list, as well as some formula cars and prototypes. So I think there is something for everyone here. So enough rambling. Without further ado, let's hop right into the first combination. First up, we have one that is very thematic of a race coming up soon. This is the Acura ARX 05 DPI car around the Daytona road course circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is almost time for the Rolex 24. Just 25 days now until the green flag, and we are already getting in the mood here with this combination, ladies and gentlemen. 485 brake horsepower, 499 newton meters of torque, and it all weighs 1,245 kilograms for the Acura. I'm sure you're familiar with the Daytona road course as well, 5.7 kilometers long. It is the home of American racing minus Indianapolis. These two are like the mother and father of American racing. And plus, I think you all know what the Rolex 24 it is when, like, motorsports for the calendar year start, in my opinion. This is the time when I get hyped up. Of course, it's a DPI car. It's meant to go around here, but it is super fun. If you've somehow never driven the Daytona road course before, it looks like a very simple layout from the map, but there are a ton of corners that require a lot of thinking, such as the back straight, chicane, and T1. You can find the link to both the car and the track in the description below. Next up is the Mazda Miata NA. This one in Assetto Corsa is the 1990 Mazda MX-5 Miata around Lime Rock Park, ladies and gentlemen. The Mazda NA Miata is the traditional budget track car. Jimmy Broadbent has like 2 of these, I think, and they're just overall very, very common, and they made a butt ton of them as well, so they are very, very easy to find. And even driving this stock variant around, you can tell why this thing is so popular. 130 brake horsepower, 152 newton meters of torque, and it weighs 1,040 kilograms. It's very easy to drive, but it's also very engaging to drive as well, especially when you get those hits of oversteer, as well as you can use the 90s racing tires if you like a little bit more slide. In Lime Rock Park, you probably all know this circuit, 2.4 kilometers. I've featured this track on, like, maybe if not all of them. I know I featured it on my last combinations. I personally really like it. It's such a simple layout, but so many of the slower speed cars go super well around it. So yeah, and this Reboot Team version is absolutely fantastic as well. You can find the link to the track in the description below, and the car is KUNOS content. I do think you need the Japanese pack, so it might be DLC, but I assume the vast majority of you have the DLC already, so you're good. Next up, we have the RSS Formula Supreme, also known as the Super Formula 2021 spec open wheel racer around Zolder, ladies and gentlemen. Race Sim Studio, of course, are one of, if not the best AC modding studio out there. Every single car that they put out is absolute quality, and this thing is no different. 550 brake horsepower, 480 newton meters of torque. It all weighs 670 kilograms, as well as a push-to-pass system that amps up the turbo. Overall, this car is absolutely amazing. If you don't know what the Super Formula car is, I'll keep it brief. It is a series in Japan that's Japan, and I think it maybe goes to a little bit of places in Asia, but it's mainly focused in Japan. Drivers like Pierre Gasly, I think there's a couple others. They're escaping my head right now, but a ton of current F1 drivers have raced these things, and they are insanely fast. Zolder Circuit is also a fantastic circuit. You probably know this track from ACC, 4 kilometers long, Just a fantastic and engaging layout, especially that one chicane with the super high curbs. Especially make sure not to take it in the RSS Supreme because it will kind of kill you. But a super fun lap, and I can be pretty sure that most of you haven't driven this fast of a car around Zolder, so it should be a new experience because you've probably only driven like GT3s and stuff around here, I would imagine. You can find a link to both the car and track in the description below, but as it is Race Sim Studio, the car is paid content. It's like $4 or $3.50. I forgot exactly what RSS charges, but it's very worth it if you have the spare cash to pick it up. Next up is the BMW M4 Competition G82 Coupe around the Nordschleife, ladies and gentlemen. 460 brake horsepower, 602 Newton meters of torque. It all weighs 1,572 kilograms. This is a BMW M4 on steroids. Plus its new aero and body panels that just really bring up the aggressiveness. If you don't like the original M4 look, I think this one might sell you a little bit more because, at least personally, I love the look of this thing. I covered this one in my best car mods video yesterday, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you want to hear more about this car, you can go watch that video as well as get some other car mods for yourself, and there also is the track mods and stuff, so feel free to check those out. For the Nordschleife, though, I don't think I need to give this track any introduction. If you don't know what the Nordschleife is, just look it up. 20.8 kilometers long, which is just the standard layout without like the endurance layout. It is an amazing track. The green hell, it is so fun in pretty much every car, let's be honest, but this M4 is something special around here, as well as personally, I just like driving road cars around the Nordschleife, sue me. You can find the link for the car in the description below, but the Nordschleife is DLC KUNOS content. And the final combination on this list, ladies and gentlemen, is the Porsche 962C. I'm using the short tail version for this track around Bridgehampton Race Circuit, ladies and gentlemen. This 1984 prototype is just an absolute insane beast. If you're into the Group C era, this thing will be right up your alley. 625 brake horsepower, 850 Newton meters of torque. This thing is an absolute beast, and taking it around a classic circuit like Bridgehampton is an experience, especially with how bumpy Bridgehampton is. The Bridgehampton Race Circuit, 4.6 kilometers long. It is a classic track. This one's brought to us by Lilski. Lilski is one of the best track modders in all of Assetto Corsa. If you're into classic tracks, this one will be for you. It also is super unique for photo taking because it has like these white like rock or like clay maybe around the track, so it'll bring an interesting color palette to your screenshots. You can find the link for the track in the description below, and the car is KUNOS content. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you guys have any of your favorite combinations, leave them down below, and they might get featured in the next video coming up at, what would it be, March, right? Yeah, I think March or April. So yeah, if you want to have your combination featured, and I also think it's fun as well, drop it in the comments below, and there's a good chance that it will be in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Once again, thank you for 3K subs. Let's keep pushing on to 4K, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.